We have joining us now on the news at 10, the immediate past Commissioner for Health in Ogun State, Dr. Babatunde Ikpaye. Thank you for joining us on the news at 10. I suppose every doctor has their hands on deck at this moment, so we do appreciate your being here. First of all, your thoughts on the lockdown, coming too late or just at the right time?
Good evening, Amarashi. Good evening, Nigerians. Let me let's start by saying big thank you to President Buhari for doing the needful today. This is coming a bit too late, but of course we have gotten to a position where we needed to do the needful. I'll tell you straight that 3 countries have been able to flatten the curve globally. Yeah. China did a lockdown. South Korea actually did mass testing. Mm-hmm. And of course, Czech Republic has been able to get everybody to wear a mask. So for us as a country with a very fragile system, we need to do the 3. And I'm happy that Mr. President actually came out strongly today.
Yeah, but you heard the NCDC Director General who said the major challenge is getting people on board with understanding what the virus is about and to realize that, this is really important. We really need to do what we can to keep people safe.
Dr. Chiku is my very good friend. We discuss this all of the time. You know that Nigeria is a country where we socialize a lot and where extended family network is the hallmark of our everyday life. So actually changing the behavior of people from those who socialize to solitary confinement is not going to be an easy thing to do. But I guess what we need to do is to cooperate with government, and because this is what we need to do. And for public health's sake, we must obey everything that the government has said, and everything the president has said today. Because for us, that's the only way to go. If you look at the number of cases in Nigeria, it is not possibly reflecting the burden of COVID-19 in Nigeria, because we are not doing enough tests. Imagine what will happen if we have thousands of tests conducted daily like it is done elsewhere. The number will be multiplying, and so we need to do something, particularly in Lagos and FCT.
Yeah, and 3 major cities that the president mentioned, Lagos, Ogun, and Abuja. I know that these are major commercial and government nerve centers. Abuja, of course, being the FCT, Lagos being where goods and services come through the seaports and a lot of markets and so on. How do people really stay safe? Because I know the challenge here is keeping people at home, but even while they're at home, how do they stay safe? Because you still have other people in the house. How do you get everybody on board with washing your hands and using hand sanitizers and stuff? Some people don't feel they can be sick in their own homes.
Well, unfortunately, we have a global pandemic which has become an epidemic in our own country that is ravaging not only the world but it's ravaging Nigeria as we speak. But Nigerians need to know that this is a period where everybody needs to play a part. This is a time where doctors, nurses, the political leaders, philanthropists, and everybody, including my grandma in the village, need to play a part. Yeah. And if we do not do the needful, okay, what we do is that we are going to create a rural epidemic, right? Because the community level transmission suggests that while we have the epidemic within the cities, Abuja and Lagos, the advantage we have is that most of the old people in Nigeria don't live in those cities, okay? And that is why the case fatality is still very manageable. The moment we allow, this to spread to the rural communities where most old Nigerians live, then we are going to have a big catastrophe in our hands. So if restriction is the way to go, okay, we should, as a matter of, national duty, agree with Mr. President and, of course, the public health experts like myself that what we've been preaching, and that is the only way to go for now. And the moment we do that, we're able to contain this epidemic.
Yeah, and I think it's important what you're saying, because a lot of people are scared watching the news. They see the numbers rising in other countries and, people are just...
No, if you look at the numbers, the way the number rises is such that if you look the first 64 days, it took 64 days for the first 100,000 to be multiplied, okay, to be replicated. It took another 14 days for that to be doubled. It took 4 days to double it. And in the last 5 days, it's been taking just about a day or two to have additional 100,000 added globally. Between 2 days ago and today, we are having almost 200,000 cases globally. So the implication of that is that if it happens in a country with a challenging health system, then we won't have a system to cope. We won't have a system to cope. So the only thing we could do as a nation is to aggressively, pursue the preventive option, i.e., we need to have lockdown at epicenters. 2, we need to take, personal hygiene very serious.
Yeah.
And secondly, I'm putting this forward. What Czech Republic have done is that everybody that is exposed wears masks.
Wow. It's pretty interesting, and I think we're more at ease now, with you explaining it this way, Dr. Babatunde Ikpaye. Thank you again for being here on the News at 10. Really, really appreciate it.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you for having me.